Hello, Paul Pluta channel. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my YouTube channel. Men cannot live on Google Ads alone. Remember, these paid reviews, they keep me on the YouTube. I'm doing a paid review today. So please, guys, look in the description for 10 ways you can keep me full-time. You can sponsor me on Patreon. You could ring up. I do consultancy advice, $50 an hour. I talk to you for an hour, answer any problems. Travel related, money related, relationships, girlfriends, anything you want to know, I'll give it a shot. Talk about wristwatches, anything you want. $50 an hour. Okay, let's jump in. Dear Archie, please refer to me as Chris from Florida. I've sent you $50 via PayPal for your time and expertise in reviewing my watch collection. I really enjoy your videos. Your wit and insight is without compare. To avoid you labeling my submission war and effing peace, I have tried to keep it concise. Thank you. I am a semi-retired 50-year-old attorney who has earned enough money that I can spend most of my time fly fishing and participating in activities with my young son and daughter. I seldom wear a suit, so I don't want a true dress watch, as it would only be worn to funerals, not the memories I want to make with a watch. I have attempted to build a collection that fits my lifestyle rather than choosing pieces which, while inherently interesting or beautiful, would not actually be worn. I don't have any interest in owning fragile or precious watches. I am married, so I don't need to impress women, and I don't have anything to prove to wankers, tossers, and douchebags, so the collection I have assembled is purely for me. Watch number 1, Rolex Daytona stainless steel with white face. I purchased this in unworn condition from a friend at Jewellers on Time from your friends at Jewellers in Time in 2006, and it will be given to my daughter when she turns 25. Either I will present it to her, or if I meet an untimely demise, someone will present it to her for me. It's a keeper. Number 2. Rolex Submariner date stainless with ceramic bezel. I purchased this new in 2016 from my local AD, and it will be given to my son when he turns 25. Another keeper. Watch number 3. Blancpain 50 Fathons 5015 45mm in stainless. I know you're not particularly enamored with this brand, but I love this watch. A keeper. I purchased this used from a nationally recognized reseller for $8.50 rather than buying it from an AD for $14 and suffering an immediate $6,000 loss. Watch number 4. Panerai Luminous Submersible 44mm in titanium. Beta, likely keeper. I purchased this for $4.50 from a prominent sophisticated brick and mortar retail store, and then immediately sent it off for surfacing, so I know it's authentic. You have previously noted the Panerai fake problem. I wear this in the ocean, so I chose titanium rather than shiny stainless, which could inspire a 4-foot barracuda to attack my watch, taking my hand in the process. Watch number 5, not shown. Last Christmas, I bought my wife the Ladies Yachtmaster new from the local AD. Not a great investment, but she would not understand why. It would have been more sense to give her a used watch, so I didn't bother. Besides, she hasn't given me any shit about my collection, so it was a small price to pay to keep the piece. Here is how my collection works. Dressy occasions, the Daytona, the Rolex Daytona. Swimming, fishing, and beta activities, Panerai. Land-based activities such as restaurants, bars, and kids' activities, rotate the Submariner and 50 Fathons. I could afford many more watches than I own, but I want to wear each of them at least one full day a week, so they accompany me on life's journey. If I had a dozen watches, the memory of each would be highly diluted, and none of them, regardless of how great they were, would be particularly special to me. I hope to have the problem in 10 to 15 years of having given my Daytona to my daughter and my sub to my son, reducing my collection to a Panerai and 50 Fathons. I want to wear the Daytona and subs frequently in front of my kids, so they will be sentimentally attached to those pieces because they were Dad's watches. What do you think of my collection? I am disciplined to add to my collection unless I am disciplined to add to my collection unless I could do something such as buy a new Rolex GMT Batman from an AD. That would be 30,000 in purchases from them in the past year as a conduit for getting me a pausable spot on their waiting list for the steel ceramic Daytona. I don't have a GMT function, but honestly I don't really need one because I can do very complex math in my head. So adding and subtracting a few hours is not too challenging for me. Thoughts? Keep up. Thanks, and keep up the great work. Chris from Florida. Thank you so much, Chris. Now, Chris, the only thing is I'd say to you is, man, I would honestly say to you, why don't you get the wife a steel Oyster Perpetual Rolex or a Datejust and get the wife to wear it so that she has the Yachtmaster and she has a Datejust. When the daughter turns 25, give her the damn ladies watch. I don't know if I would give the ladies the Daytona. They're a men's watch. It's for men. Do you really think she wants the Daytona? Get her a mid-sized Datejust would be more than ample. I think that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Now, let's have a talk here. The Rolex Daytona. What do I think of this watch here? The Rolex Daytona. Stainless steel white face. You can't get better than that. That's blue chip investment. Great piece indeed there. Nothing wrong with that. I love that watch. Now, you've also got the Rolex Submariner ceramic bezel. Rolex Submariner date, steel with ceramic bezel. Another great piece. No problems at all. The 50 Fathons, okay, I'm starting to warm to it. My good friend Rudy has one, and he loves his 50 Fathoms. And yes, they came out, I think they came out ahead of the Submariner. They were earlier. They came out earlier. So the Blancpain is actually a very respected brand. You bought it used. I'd have to give you a tick for that there. Nothing wrong with that at all there. Nothing wrong with that. The Panerai Luminous Submersible. I've got a good friend, David in Sydney. He's got a submersible. He loves the Panerai. I know exactly what you're talking about. I actually like the submersible. I really do. I think 44 mils, a nice size there. No problems at all with that there. And you got the wife a ladies Yachtmaster. That's cool. Yachtmaster's a cool watch. So that's quite okay. My advice to you, look, I got to be completely honest with you, Chris. I don't know if you need a ceramic Daytona. Oh, you got to get a ceramic Daytona because you're going to give one away to the daughter. Of course, yes. I reckon give her a Datejust, a lady's Datejust mid-size. That'd be a much better watch than to give her the Daytona. That's what I'd be doing because it's a men's watch. Keep the Daytona for yourself. You can give it to them when you're dead. You got a lot of living to do. You know, that's what I think. I really think there's a lot of living to do. So I'd another friend of mine, he actually bought 2 watches to give to his kids when they were born, so they're birth year watches. That's another idea. I don't know how old your kids are. You said they're young activities with my young son and daughter. I don't know how old they are there. I reckon you got a perfect combo deal. I don't know whether you really need the ceramic Daytona. Yes, I know everyone wants one, but it's not about money. I don't think you're about making a buck on a stupid Daytona. You don't strike me as that sort of guy. Would I get a GMT? Yes or no for you? Look, I got to be completely frank. I think you got a beautiful collection as it is. I don't really see it. I don't really think you need it. Honestly, I think these 4 men's watches you've got, I don't know if you need any more. I mean, the Batman is cool. If you don't think you need it, you've answered your own question. I mean, I love the Batman. It is a great watch. As you said there, unless you're doing a lot of traveling and that, and anyhow, you can calculate it in you got your iPhone. So I don't think you need it. I honestly, Chris, I think you got enough. I think you got a beautiful 4-piece men's collection there. The Submersible I love the Blancpain, I love the Sub, and I love the Daytona. You're hitting it out of the ballpark. Would I get the only thing I would say is maybe a 2-tone ceramic GMT as a kind of a dress watch, you know, as a semi-dress watch to go with the Daytona, you know. You could alternate those two there. That's the only thing I'd do. But I don't even know if you need a 4 pieces is, man, that's more than most people will ever have. One Rolex is more than most people will ever have. You've got 4 really good watches. I gotta be completely frank. I think you got a perfect 4-piece collection. How many of these damn things do you need in life? How many do you need? And I get the impression you're pretty happy with what you've got. I can't really see a problem there. You don't want just pure dress watch like a Patek. There's no point. Okay, fair enough. You've told me that. I love the Submersible. I love the Blancpain. I love the Sub. I love the Daytona. I don't think you need any more. I mean, what's a GMT going to do there? I think you got more than enough. I mean, this is a bit. Don't accuse me of being a communist, but I mean, how many do you really need? You got 4 beautiful pieces. That's more than enough for most people. So, I reckon enjoy, and that's probably enough. That is probably enough. So, yeah, I really do think, unless you really want a GMT, or I think the 2-tone, you know, might add a little bit of, that could be a little bit of sprinkle, a little bit of, I don't know if you want the bling, if you want a little bit of bling there, it's kind of cool, but definitely if you're going to buy the 2-tone GMT, get that used. You don't want to buy that new. I mean, that's not a good idea. I don't think you need it. I honestly think you got 4 beautiful pieces, beautiful collection. Enjoy. That's what life is about there. 50 years old. Enjoy. Love your watches. Love your children. Enjoy life. Well done, son. You get off the stupid corporate rat race. You're doing your own thing. Man, that's the most important thing. It's not having a hoard of watches. I think you found the real meaning of life. I'm Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and think about how can you help Archie stay full-time. Paid review, a $50 phone call for advice, or sponsor me on Patreon. Thanks, guys. See you later.